a series celebrating the art of filmmaking, with a look at the first films of some of today's top directors and those of the bright young filmmakers of tomorrow.
I come to work every day with a sort of a point of view, a plan, but that's the foundation. And I always hope that the inspiration, the real exciting new breakthrough ideas will come from the people that I'm working with. It's very exciting.
American TV audiences grew up with Ron Howard, the actor, as Opie on The Andy Griffith Show, Bob on The Smith Family, and Richie Cunningham on Happy Days. Today, America's favorite teenager is best known for his work behind the camera as the director of some of Hollywood's most popular movies, including Splash, Cocoon, and Willow. His love affair with directing started nearly 20 years ago, at age 15, when he directed his first film called Deed of Daring Do.
I was fiddling around with Super 8, and I found out that there was this Kodak Teenage Filmmakers Contest. And I was also acting on a television series with Henry Fonda at the time called The Smith Family. And I knew I didn't have time to go about making a full-length 30 or 40-minute film and compete on that level. But they had this one category called the one-reeler category, where you took one cassette of Super 8 film and put it in your camera, exposed it, and then sent it in without getting it processed. The judges would get it processed, look at it, evaluate it, and then there was a competition. I came in second. Everybody did animated films, and I guess I was one of the only ones to do a live-action film. And it was a fantasy done on the back lot of the studio where we were doing The Smith Family, so I had a distinct advantage there. And it was called Deed of Daring Do. I obviously started my career as an actor and learned how to develop characters, how to think about characters, and that also trains you to care about people and be interested in people. So as I evolved into a director, my natural tendency is to always think in terms of the characters first. I'm also very empathetic with the actors who are ultimately playing those roles. So I work hard to try to help everyone round their characters out. And I think that this naturally leads me to make movies that are about human beings first and foremost, and the problems that they're facing and the victories that they achieve or fall short of, but make a valiant effort. And I like people, and I like to see them do well. So I think that reflects itself in the type of story and type of movie that I'm interested in. Grand Theft Auto was my first feature, and I had just turned 23 years old. The producer was Roger Corman. The year prior to that, I had acted in a movie called Eat My Dust in order to get the opportunity to direct Grand Theft Auto. But I'd been talking about directing for years, literally 10 years, constantly bugging directors on sets, friends of mine, saying that I was going to be a director. And the first day was such a disaster, the first half a day especially, that I thought for sure that I couldn't do this job. I was going to be canned. Roger was going to come down and physically boot me off the set, and that would be the end of my directing career. So I can't help it. Even though it was a great film for me, a great experience, and it worked out very well, my most vivid memory is that fear of failing the very first day.
If Ron was nervous, there was no showing of it whatsoever. He came in the morning, he said, the camera goes over there, we're going to pan from there to there, the actors are going to go in there, and they're going to sit down there. Call me when you're ready, I'm going to have a cup of coffee. The crew looked around, they couldn't believe that this kid was that smooth. Now, he may have rehearsed those lines, and probably did, but he inspired confidence in the crew because they knew he knew what he was doing.
Howard not only directed Grand Theft Auto in just 4 weeks, but also co-wrote it with his father, Rance Howard, and starred in it. He cast himself as a poor boy who elopes with a rich girl in her parents' Rolls Royce. A $25,000 reward is offered for the daughter's return, and a wild chase begins.
Where's your car?
I traded with Dad.
I want my Rolls Royce. I want my daughter, and I want you to find some way to put this Sam Freeman in the slammer for a while.
I understand.
I don't want the police, and I don't want the news media.
It will be done with our usual quiet, confidential finesse.
All right, Slinker, let's move on this.
Now, we'll need your plane to get to Barstow ahead of him.
All right, I'll meet you at the airport.
I can't believe it. I can't believe we're actually doing this. Paula?
No, Collins, Hedgeworth calling.
Collins.
I'm playing an important polo match today. And Paula had indicated that she would like to come by and observe my prowess sometime.
Oh, Collins, I am so glad you called. Paula's eloped. She's going to Las Vegas to marry one of her little school friends. She took the Rolls Royce.
But she's engaged to me.
Oh, Collins, I can't tell you how much I counted on your relationship with her. Your patience, your understanding, and your maturity.
My fiance's been abducted. I was in pursuit of her captor, who is en route to Las Vegas. I had a minor accident. I'm in dire need of transportation.
Well, we've got...
Ah! That'll do fine!
Oh, yeah, you got a fine eye there, boy.
Hey, boy, that's aggravated grand theft!
God.
What's the matter?
It's Collins Hedgeworth.
He looks a little frazzled. Want me to talk to him?
I will. Collins, I don't need your help.
I'm here to save you!
I'm sorry if you misunderstood, but we are not engaged. We never were engaged.
Has he got a gun on you?
No. So please leave us alone.
Is there a bomb in the car?
Look, it's obvious she doesn't want to talk to you, so why don't you just drop it?
I hesitate to do this with Paula in the car, but I am a superior driver and I will batter you into submission if need be. I will bump you off this highway. Wait! Pull over.
He's all right.
I've got a 10Q exclusive here for all you squirrely curly Q fans, so turn up your crystal sets. Go ahead, sir. My name is Collins Hedgeworth. My longtime fiancée, Paula Powers, has been abducted in her father's vintage 1959 Rolls Royce and is being forced to drive to Las Vegas. As a result, I am offering a $25,000 reward on an unmarked road, approximately 5 miles south of Victorville.
Roger, keep me informed. What happened to Barstow, Slinker? Huh? Here's where they are now. This is Base 1, Wrap Velvet Net. Proceed east on Route 66 to Daggett. Further instructions will follow.
Would
just stay on these side roads now, and we got it made.
The last film I directed was a movie called Willow, a very large movie, very mechanical, lots of special effects, lots of action, a real post-production movie in that you had to sort of gather up all the material and then really put it together, and you didn't quite know what you had until you were in the editing room. Well, about a week into the filming, I realized that this was basically a very big Roger Corman movie, because all the principles that Roger Corman would talk about to new directors, making sure that you get the right coverage, making sure you get the inserts so that you can manipulate the action in post-production, all those ideas served me very well in making a movie like Willow, which was, you know, probably 35 or 40 times the budget, but the same principles at work.
I don't know. Oh, no! Where did everybody go?
Maybe it was something we said.
I think that if you understand story, have some sense of good storytelling, and you know about acting, and you also understand editing, I think that those are the three most important tools. I think you have to be confident in those areas to really have control of the medium, because when you start making shots and lining up shots on the set, really what you're doing is you're creating editorial opportunities, you're creating cuts, and that's all. You're gathering the material so that you'll be able to edit the film together later. And I think that certainly there are a lot of areas where I continue to need to grow, and all filmmakers should, in understanding how to use all the tools. You know, there is a difference in how things are photographed, and it's important to understand that. Certainly there are subtleties in dealing with actors, with production design, with the look of a film and the presentation of the film. But if you just want to deal with basic fundamentals, I think it's story, acting, and editing. And so I'm inclined to think that any endeavor that a student or an aspiring filmmaker could undertake that would lead to real understanding in those areas would be extremely beneficial.
At the University of Southern California School of Cinema and Television, aspiring filmmaker Murray Cohen was so successful at learning to control his medium that he landed a multi-picture contract with 20th Century Fox and is currently expanding his student film, a comedy entitled Midas, into a feature-length film.
Making the movie, I just had a great time doing it. It was like one of the first times I remember doing anything where I was just sort of couldn't wait to get up in the morning and couldn't wait to get out to the set and couldn't wait to do it. I found the process also afterwards, cutting, I saw it evolve. It became something different than it was when it started. I guess if I had to say the hardest thing, it would probably be working with actors. I think that's the thing that you learn the least of in film school, and the thing that's probably the most important and the most, I think, difficult part of the process. The technical stuff's sort of easy, I think, you know, where to put the camera, where to move it, all that stuff, but I think working with those human beings that have to convey that emotion, that feeling, is probably the most difficult thing. Midas is about a college guy who's very unsuccessful with women, and in his desire to meet and fall in love, or have this beautiful woman fall in love with him, he gets this sort of campus character to mix up a love potion.
Well, this is not your everyday love potion, no siree. It doesn't make you fall in love with others, it makes others fall in love with you. It's an excitement communicator. Very high tech. Okay, now we have your base mixture. What do you want to be? I don't get it. Pick for the human qualities you desire. Gee, I'm not exactly sure. Do you want to be sexy? Doesn't everybody? Mel Gibson sexy or Alan Alda sexy? Alan's sensitivity. But Mel's looks. That would be unbearable. Intelligent? Not too intelligent. That should be no problem. Verbal or non-verbal? Did you see Dirty Harry? Gotcha. If I have to talk, I'm dead. Be careful with this, Ed. Don't you worry about me, old buddy. I'll never forget you for this. Eddie, wait a sec. What? I have to get cranky. Here, the antidote. Who needs an antidote for love? Trust me, Edward. Take it with you. The eyes, Eddie. Look directly into her eyes.
I took my troubles down to Madame Rue. You know that gypsy with the gold cap too. She's got a path on 34th and Vine, selling little bottles of love potion number 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been this way since 1956. She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is love potion number 9.
Hi. Notice anything different?
We never noticed you in the first place. Oh, aren't you in the geek club?
We're in the same volleyball class.
Oh, yeah! He and his friends are the goose who tried to play with the ball made of jello.
It was an experiment.
Is this what they teach you in college? Do your own thing?
I forgot where I was for a minute.
Well, maybe a little citation wouldn't mind. What's your name?
Eddie Kaminsky. But listen, officer, I can explain.
Well, maybe this will teach you a little respect. My sincerest apologies, son. Eddie, is that what you said your name is?
Yes, sir. But I can explain. You see,
What are you doing this evening? Maybe I could come over and help you study.
Study? Are you nuts?
I don't know what's the matter with me. Never felt like this before with another, you know.
Another what?
I could bring over some cookies. Maybe rub your back.
How about a ride back to school?
1389, no one on the suspect.
You got it, baby cake.
I started kissing everything in sight, but when I kissed the cop at 34th and Vine, you broke my little bottle of love potion number 9.
Margaret! Margaret! You'll never believe what just happened.
Excuse me, I have to study for a very important test.
What did I do?
Hello, Margaret. Oh, hello, Iris. Artist. Wanda.
Well, if it isn't the 3 floppies. Cobalt, Fortran, and Shemp.
Get lost, Toad!
Eddie, I love you.
I need you. I live alone. We can make as much noise as we want. Eddie!
Lovely day, sisters. Yes, it is. But one must reflect upon the glory of the Lord rather than the pleasures of the
Excuse me.
First of all, I'm really interested in entertainment. I think that's my primary goal as a movie maker. I've always wanted to do that. I've always thought that movies should first entertain people. But then I think when movies go beyond that entertainment and really say something about the human condition, no matter how simple it is, that it's just something about love, something about relationships, something about, you know, people's desires. I'm very interested in comedies. I think that's sort of where my talent lies and what I enjoy. I think right now I find myself in this process of writing scripts. I find myself trying to find a personal style in a way. I find that I have been too much, my feelings about movies have been too much sort of based on other movies that I've seen. And now I feel like I'm trying to invest more of myself in what I'm doing, that I develop a personal style with what I'm doing.
I always feel like Pete Rose. I've met Pete Rose a few times in his playing days and also recently in his managing his days. And that man loves to be at the ballpark. And there are great stories of him being taken out of a game a few innings early and being rested when he was still playing in his late 30s, and him going into the batting cage and taking 400 swings because, you know, he just wanted to work on some little detail of his game. And I've talked to him about it. You know, he feels lucky to go to the ballpark. And he's not just saying it, he really means it. He loves to be there. And that's very much the way I feel about the business, the movie business, and my opportunity to be a sort of a long-range participant in that business. So I really hope to be at it for, you know, 40 years or so.